Comprehensible input is the quickest way to become fluent in English. In today's video, I will share with you what is comprehensible input and how you can actually apply this on your English learning journey so that you become fluent in English faster. But first, let me share with you how I actually came across this process and how I actually discovered it and how it changed my English completely. So, when I started learning English, I was actually taking English classes in our school. So, I studied in an English medium school. What that means is we had some English classes and stuff like that. They would teach us like grammar rules and things. So, I was learning English there, but that actually didn't help me become fluent. After taking classes for like a few months or even years, I still couldn't even introduce myself in English. So I was like, okay, those English classes are not working. I really need to find a method so that I can learn English on my own without like relying on a teacher or an institute. So I started learning English online. I started searching YouTube videos and watching them to really find out how to actually learn English. And around that search, I started listening because, like most teachers, were recommending me to listen to English a lot and read English a lot to really improve. So I started listening, I started reading to English a lot, and that really helped me improve. So I was doing comprehensible input, but I didn't actually know the name, but I was doing it, and that phase of like listening to English a lot and reading English for hours and hours a day really helped me become fluent and helped me reach C2 English level. So, what is comprehensible input? The word comprehensible means understandable, and input is something which you consume. So, like reading and listening, both are input. What comprehensible input means is content, something you read or listen to, which you mostly understand. So if you don't understand something at all, it's just input, but it's not comprehensible, right? If you understand something 100%, then it's also not a good way because you won't learn anything else. So comprehensible input is content, I believe, which you understand like 50 to 90% are between that range. So how can comprehensible input help you become fluent and how you can do it effectively? First, I'll give you some recommendations like for each English level. If you're a beginner, then you should listen to and watch YouTube videos because that will be comprehensible input for you. Or if you want to read, you can read like children's books because they're easy to understand, they're comprehensible, right? If you're an intermediate English learner, I would highly suggest you to listen to like interviews, TED Talks, and podcasts, but don't use subtitles when you're an intermediate learner. If you want like some recommendations for like reading part of the category, then you can read like self-improvement books, for example, Atomic Habits, and all of the other self-improvement books as well. Once you get to advanced English level, I would highly suggest you to start watching TV shows and movies because they're like really difficult and you will learn a lot of new words and advanced vocabulary which will be great for your English. So whatever level of English you are, you should focus on listening and reading content which you understand around 60 to 80%. If you understand something 100%, then it's not gonna work because you're not gonna learn anything new from it. But if you don't understand something at all, like you understand 0%, for example, if you right now you go to YouTube and watch like a Russian song, and you don't understand anything, you won't learn Russian from it, right? And it's the same with English. You need to understand the content which you're listening to or reading, and that's comprehensible input, and that's really the key to learning any language, including English. And that's exactly how I learned English. Like, I didn't know like the exact term, like the term comprehensible input for it, but I was doing it subconsciously. I was listening to English a lot. I was watching podcasts. In the beginning, I started with like watching YouTube videos without subtitles because I wanted to challenge myself, but it turned out that I didn't understand anything at all because my English level was so low. Then I started watching YouTube videos like with subtitles to really, understand and learn things from it. Once I got to like intermediate level, I started listening to podcasts. I would listen for 3, 4 hours every single day. Like on my way to school, when I would be on a bus, I would put on my earpods and listen to podcasts in English. And that really helped me a lot as well. Now that I'm advanced, I watch a lot of like movies and TV shows, and that really helped me, learn new things and new English words a lot. So, comprehensible input is the key. But when you're doing it, there are two things, two rules that you need to keep in mind. I've discussed them like vaguely, indirectly, but I'm going to share them with you because they're so important. The first rule is you need to pick something which is appropriate for your level. Like I said, if you're a beginner and you watch like an advanced movie and then you come to me and say, but Asim, I don't understand anything, like how? That's not gonna work because you're a beginner and you're watching something which is too difficult for you to understand. You're gonna get demotivated. Stupid fly. I'm gonna keep that in for entertainment purposes. So you're a beginner and you're watching something which is like highly advanced and you don't understand anything, you're gonna get like discouraged, you're gonna get demotivated, and learning is not gonna be fun. So you need to find content which is appropriate for your level, whether it's in terms of like reading or listening, whatever that is, it does not really matter. But I would prefer listening because listening is more enjoyable than reading, at least for me it is. So find content which is appropriate for your level. For beginners, start with like YouTube videos, children books. For intermediate, start with interviews, podcasts, and self-improvement books. And for advanced, start with like movies and TV shows and all of those advanced stuff which are designed for like the natives. So that's how you do comprehensible input. That's the first rule. The second rule is watch or read something which you enjoy. So if you don't like something, don't listen to it and don't read it. I had a friend came up to me. He was like, a teacher told me to like read newspapers for like learning vocabulary, but the problem is that I really dislike newspapers. I think they're boring. I'm not interested in like politics and news, but I'm still reading newspapers every day to improve my vocabulary. And I was like, you should just stop doing it like right now. If you don't enjoy something, why would you do it? Like in learning English, the great thing is that there are so many options. You have so many like different options that you can choose from. You don't have to stick to one specific thing. If you don't like reading newspapers, read books, read articles, read blog posts, read something on Twitter. If you don't like watching movies, watch something else. Like find an alternative. Don't just stick with one thing just because like a teacher or a friend told you to do that. Of course, you should try everything, but if you don't like something, move on to the next thing. So that's the second rule. Comprehensible input really changed my English and my life. If you really want to learn English faster, you have to do it. I cannot emphasize this enough. I'm making this video because I know it's super important for you and you have to do it. Just 2 to 3 hours every single day for like the next 3 months is enough. Like if you stick with it for the next 3 months, 2 to 3 hours every single day, you pick something to read or you pick something to watch or both, and you just do it religiously every single day. I guarantee you your English will be on the next level if you just stick with it for like the next 90 days. So make a commitment with yourself that you're gonna be doing this every single day for the next 90 days and make it like a challenge to make it more exciting. And just focus on content which you mostly understand. Focus on comprehensible input. Pick something to read or pick something to listen to or watch. do it every single day and your English will be on the next level. You will go from like a upper beginner or lower intermediate to like upper intermediate and lower advanced. That's how powerful this technique is. Okay, if you do it every single day, your English will improve. But if your English still does not improve, if you're wondering why your English is not improving right now, you might be making some mistakes like I was in my English learning journey. For that, you have to check out this video in which I discussed 7 common mistakes that people make when learning English, which holds them back, which are the reasons why your English is not improving. Okay, I hope this lesson was helpful. See you in the next one.